favorite subject in school this year?
Nothing.
Nothing. But what did you like in doing the most? What do you think? What did you like doing the most?
I don't know.
I'm sure you know something. What are you doing? What? Did you take your army man apart, like completely?
I was just looking inside of him.
Looking inside your army man. You took him completely apart. A screwdriver. Alright, so tell me, what was your favorite subject in school this year? Did you like math? Did you like... Show me what you have on your wrist. What do you have on your wrist?
A watch.
A watch? Has that been fun?
I know. It is 60 o'clock. I don't know.
12 o'clock. He's actually been doing really well telling time. Anyway, yes, he's been enjoying learning how to tell time on his watch, right? Okay, today he is very preoccupied with taking soldiers apart, so anyway, we'll move on to another unsuspecting soul. All right, what's been your favorite subject this year in school?
50 states.
The 50 states. Okay, so let me show you guys that. It has been a lot of fun. I would totally recommend this. It's our 50 states. It's by Knotgrass. And oh my goodness, we've had so much fun with this. I'll show you a quick flip through. All right, so yes, we have enjoyed this so much. Here, for example, is Kentucky. It talks all about the state, different highlights, state capital, and then, yeah, just all kinds of fun highlights and facts about it. And then it'll give you either a song or a poem about the state, and then a story about the state. This was really fun because I also had gotten a library book about a pack horse librarian in the hills of Kentucky, and so it was really fun for me to read that as well. And yeah, so there, for example, is Kentucky, and it goes all the way through all of the states, and we are, at the time of this recording, at Nevada. So moving right along, we don't have much left, but that has been a lot of fun. And to go along with the book is also the Atlas workbook. This is so funny, I'm opening to Kentucky every time. Anyway, it'll have a vocabulary word and then a picture that you replicate down below, and then the map of the state and all the interesting things that you read about are highlighted on the map for you to do. So that has been a lot of fun. All right, moving on to the next unsuspecting soul. Hello? You hiding? She's hiding from me. You're hiding! Come over here! What's been your favorite subject in school this year?
American history.
American history? Do you have it here? Do you have the book, or are you done?
You're sitting on it.
I'm sitting on it. Oh my word. Oh, look at this. Knotgrass. Again, I'm telling you what. This is our first year using Knotgrass, and one of many years worth of homeschooling, and I truly wish we would have used them earlier. I'd heard good things about them, but never used them. I love their stuff. So what have you liked about the American history?
I like how in depth it goes into everything.
So,
And I feel like I've learned quite a bit from it. More than other history courses.
program. Well, that's really good to know. Okay, awesome. So Hannah is in 11th grade. This is actually part 2. So she's already done part 1. This is the late 1800s to the present. And yeah, I love that there's like all kinds of pictures in here. The page, it just makes it so enjoyable, I think, to study because of all the pictures. And then we have the reviews and all of that. So anyway, that's been your favorite. Also, this goes with it as well. There's original documents, speeches, poems, stories, and hymns from American history. Oh, there's Walden Pond. So it goes along with the lessons. So I'm gonna ask Hannah here just a little bit about what she's thought about high school this year, her 11th grade year. I know a lot of you guys are interested in high school, and there's not a ton of content online about high school. I think there's starting to be more as more of us have children that are of that age. But anyway, so I thought we would just talk briefly about that. So your favorite subject was the history. How do you feel high school's gone this year?
I think it's gone pretty good.
Gone pretty good?
Yeah.
So I noticed you're reading. What are you reading?
It's one of the books for the history course. It's called Miracles in the Hills. It's about a doctor couple who works in the mountains of North Carolina.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I forgot to include that, is that you also get a whole book pack of books from this with this history set as well. All right, so you've really enjoyed reading all those books, I know. What else have you had this year?
Let me see. Math.
Okay, so we did use Learn Math Fast, and you are on volume 5 at this point, all right? And what else? Home economics. What have you thought of the home economics so far? Do you think it's a pretty good course? Would you suggest it to others?
I think so. It's been pretty fun,
been
especially the cooking ones.
So you've enjoyed cooking, all right. The lettering book, pull that out. I keep seeing you holding that.
Yeah.
Have you liked it?
Yeah, it's been fun. It taught you a lot of like technique and strokes, and then when you get towards the back, it starts helping you to develop your own style. So let me see. So basically it gives you an example, but it wants you to make your own style using like the lettering that you have learned back here.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah. Very nice. Okay, good. Anything else you want to highlight? You've already finished government, right? How was that? That was also not grass. Did you enjoy that?
yeah, I thought it was very informative and good.
Okay, so it was easy enough to get through. Like, it wasn't so intense and, like, bog you down, or what did you think?
No, it was pretty good.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks.
When I wake, I know you are with me. In the dark, I can almost see you clearly.
Hey guys, it's Sarah. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today. We're going to talk about homeschool updates and probably other life updates, etc. I'm going to be working on a little bit of laundry here while I chat with you guys. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new, welcome. And of course, welcome back if you're an old friend as well. Just a brief highlight of my channel. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4 living on a hobby farm in Tennessee, and my channel is kind of about everything. All the in-betweens of homeschooling, homemaking, house cleaning, cooking and cleaning, and hobby farm life, and some travel thrown in there as well, and probably some grocery hauls, you know, the whole gamut. of homemaking as a homeschooling mom. So anyway, let's just get started here and we'll start chatting.
Every day you sing it over.
So a question I get quite a bit is, how's homeschooling going this year? Are there any updates? You know, how are things going? Do you like what you've picked? Now, if you have not seen any of my homeschool curriculum videos, I will try to link them for you, like either in the little eye in the sky or in the description box below, and I can link those videos. I've done quite a bit of videos regarding curriculum and choices that we've had for the past several years now. I'm a homeschool graduate myself, and I've been homeschooling all my kids. My oldest is a junior in high school, so yeah. So I would have to say this is one of the best homeschool years we've had in a long time. I'm so happy because, as I'm sure you well know, if you are familiar with homeschooling, sometimes it can get kind of monotonous, kind of tedious. There's days where you just don't want to do it anymore. And I will have to say that this year has just been one of the best years in a long time. Like, we've just really enjoyed the curriculum. And there's several reasons why it's been such a great year. I think in part it's because my high schoolers are fairly independent, and so they can do a lot of their work on their own, and you know, I'm just kind of overseeing some of it, and so I'm kind of only hardcore, if you will, homeschooling two of my kids. The two middle ones, or no, the two youngest ones, sorry. And so I'm doing, let's see, Rebecca's in 6th grade, and then Caleb is in 1st grade. And so those are the two grades that I'm really hardcore homeschooling, I guess you could say. So that's been kind of nice because, of course, the 6th grader can do quite a few things independently, and so she can kind of work on some things while I'm helping the youngest with, you know, his reading. And then there's also stuff that he can do independently as well, you know, like adding his math facts or subtracting or counting or whatever, while I'm helping her with some of her harder things. So it's worked out really well. And yeah, I think that that has hugely contributed to it being a good year of homeschool. Plus, my 6th grader has really started taking, I guess, accountability for herself, and like wanting to get her school done and wanting to do a good job on it. And that always helps, you know, because if you're not fighting them tooth and nail to get them to the table to do their classwork, that's half the battle right there. So we're using The Good and the Beautiful for our math curriculum this year, and I did a flip through of that earlier on once I had gotten the curriculum in last year, the beginning of the school year. And so these pants are still wet. To lay them out to dry. Don't you hate that? Anyway, so I had done a flip through of The Good and the Beautiful Math. I did do a lower grade for my 6th grader in math. Then she's in. We've been doing teaching textbooks and have really enjoyed it. Of course, my youngest couldn't do it yet because teaching textbooks starts in 3rd grade. So I had gotten The Good and the Beautiful Math for him, and my 12-year-old was like, oh, that looks like fun, like I want to do it in a book too. So I think we were about a week into school or so, and I ordered her The Good and the Beautiful Math as well. And so I looked it over real well, and I was like, you know, if I go up too high, you know, in the levels, then it's like full of stuff that she just has no idea how to do. But if I go down just a little bit in her level, then she's really going to work on solidifying those multiplication facts this year, and just, you know, like the perimeters and the area and some of the things that it's a little bit harder to do and work on the computer if you're doing teaching textbooks. So I think that it was a really good idea for us, because she is working on those multiplication facts really well, and I've definitely noticed that there's things that I know she did on teaching textbooks, but she just didn't know how to do them as well once we got to it being on paper, if that makes sense. And so where it's not been a huge struggle for her, I don't think, this year with math, it is definitely concreting it into her brain. I would much rather do that now than get to our high school level of math and she's just, you know, floundering and doesn't really know what to do. So that was a good decision. We have liked the Good and the Beautiful math. It really is pretty and well done. The only thing that I've noticed with the level we're working on right now with Rebecca is that they have some errors there. In the teacher's manual, like, you know, like for example, it'll have like a multiplication problem and it's clearly written down wrong in the teacher's manual. Just saying. there's a couple spots where there's some errors, and then also there's a few spots where it'll be an activity sheet and the sheet of paper is like so dark that you definitely have to have something else to write on. I mean write with, like for it to even be seen. So there's a few little things like that are just kind of like, huh, really? You know? But other than that, yeah, we've really enjoyed the Good and the Beautiful math. Back with another load of laundry here. It is pretty warm out today, and there's a whole bunch of wind, and it's blowing in like a big cold front. Like I think we're going from 70 today down to 46 tomorrow with a low of 25. So big change in weather coming in here, and the wind is blowing and the kids are running in and out, which makes my bedroom door go boom 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 every time they come in and out. So if you're hearing some weird little noises in the background, it's just my kids running in and out the door and me trying to find some quiet time to film. So the other subject that we are doing with the Good and the Beautiful is language arts, and we've been doing language arts with Good and the Beautiful for years now and have really enjoyed it. My daughter has done a bunch of the high school level as well. So yeah, it's worked really well for us. Rebecca does excellently at diagramming sentences and knowing the parts of speech. I feel like one thing that Good and the Beautiful does really well is the diagramming. They're not over the top about it. They just teach you what you need to know. Like it's really good. I remember, because I was homeschooled, so I remember doing like Rod and Staff language arts, and wow, their diagramming. I just remember it being so intense and it being like this long, you know, to diagram one sentence or whatever. And so I really appreciated that about Good and the Beautiful. Like they just do a good job of teaching diagramming and having it make sense, and Rebecca's really good at it, so I'm tickled about that. So she's just zooming right through the 6th level of Good and the Beautiful language arts, and we've read some really great books this year. Trying to think, what was the last? Oh, it was The Clockmaker's Son, And that was such a good book. Really enjoyed that. We've read one about Chico of the Andes, several other books. Anyway, so I've really enjoyed the literature that we've had, and then the comprehension questions, you know, that follow with that, and it's been great. There's also been art projects along with it, and she's really enjoyed just learning some different watercolor techniques and stuff. So that's gone great. My youngest is actually doing the level K of language arts. The reason being is that he was not real proficient at reading yet by the end of his kindergarten year, which is quite typical. Don't beat yourself up, guys. The reading will come. Some kids just take longer than others, and it's okay. They're all going to be reading by the time they get to high school, okay? So it's all right. Is that what you wanted to hear or not? I don't know, but anyway, it's the truth. Some just take longer than others. So he's getting it. He's really getting it. Also, the cool thing with Good and the Beautiful, well, I guess it's cool, it's just different, is that their language arts courses, they just go to the 7th level, and then it goes into like high school level. And I discovered that with my oldest, and so now I'm not like so concerned, I guess, about the fact that he's in the level K one this year is absolutely fine. He'll finish just fine. So he's learning how to read. There are parts of the program that I do feel like move along a little quick, or that all of a sudden you're learning a new phonics concept and you're like, wait a minute, where did that come from? Well, it's probably because you missed one of the reading cards or one of the little things along the way, and if you go back you'll find that. But there's just here and there I feel like it will move fast, and then in other ways it's perfect. So just, you know, slow down and work at your pace and it'll all work out fine. We've really enjoyed it. He's enjoyed listening to the different stories that I've read to Rebecca, and yeah, it's been really good for us. The other program that you guys have heard me talk about quite a bit now is our 50 States by Knotgrass. We have loved that geography program. Oh my goodness. So that is what like Rebecca's favorite subject was this year, and I think like Caleb really enjoyed it too. We just loved it. And I showed you guys a flip through of that. I think I'm going to sit down because I am done folding laundry. Yay! Oh, that feels so good. Sit down. It has been a busy day so far. What time is it now? It is going on 2. It's just been a busy day full of trying to get on top of house cleaning and dishes and yeah, mop the floors and get the laundry through and do school and get lunch out. Yeah, all the things. But anyway, so I've showed you guys quite a bit with the 50 States book, flipping through that. We just really enjoyed that, and I asked Rebecca, like, well, we need to find something else for next year. What do you want to find? She's like, well, something like that. So I'll have to get looking and see what we can find, and maybe even just one of their history programs would be really enjoyable. I'm not sure. So oh, that reminds me, we did finish the Master Books US History, and we did enjoy it. We really did. It's not quite as like eye-catching or eye-appealing, I guess you would say, as Knotgrass. Like the pages aren't glossy, they're just regular paper. But it really was well written. It was really well done. So I guess we'll see. I'm gonna kind of compare and contrast the two curriculums this year. We've done all of the Good and the Beautiful history programs. So I didn't really want to start over, you know what I mean? I wanted to do something different with the kids, and so for their sake, but also for mine. I like variety too, and I love history. So anyway, we'll see what we can find for next year. But we are done with history for the year already, so that's awesome. And we've been trying to focus more on science, which I had gotten the works of thy fingers and the works of thy hands, or something like that, by Pablo Yoder. And oh wow, they're such beautiful books, and I feel like we are not spending the amount of time that I pictured us spending in those gorgeous colored books. Oh my word, they're so pretty. The pictures are fantabulous, and the write-ups about the animals and the flora and fauna are just fantastic. But definitely by the time we get to all these other subjects and do this and that, it's like, the kids are ready to go out and play, and to try to wrangle them back in the afternoon, yeah, rarely happens. So anyway, then handwriting, I think Caleb just finished his handwriting book. It was The Good and the Beautiful as well. And then Rebecca's getting pretty close, and she's doing so well in cursive. I love that The Good and the Beautiful teaches cursive, and she's just really taken pride the past 2 years now in her handwriting and making it look really nice, and I love that she is. And so yeah, is that all the subjects? I'm trying to think. I think that's the main subjects that we've done for the two youngest. My son, who's in 9th grade, he has loved being able to listen to the audio version of the Knottgrass U.S. History. It's really helped him. He's not one to just like sit down and read a book at all. Like, he is very much hands-on. He has loved working with his dad on building projects this past year, and also auto mechanic projects, and so auto mechanics is part of his curriculum, using the loosely using the Christian Light publication curriculum for that. My husband knows mechanics and carpentry inside and out, like all aspects of it. But you know how it is, like when you get to the high school level, you do have to put down curriculums and such for your umbrella schools, which is here in Tennessee. That's how it works. So we can loosely use that curriculum with Christian Light publications, and it works really well. And then he watches YouTube videos about all different aspects of auto mechanics and just all the things. So that's been going really well. And then I did get the Learn Math Fast. Some of you guys actually here recommended that, and I had not even heard of Learn Math Fast before this last year. So my daughter has been working through that, as well as my son, and they liked it pretty well. I will say that our umbrella school that we have did not like that for high school level. They said it was insufficient for the high school level, even though Learn Math Fast says that it is. So there's that consideration for y'all. I do think that Hannah will be doing her last year of math. She actually only has 2 credits that she has to do next year, but apparently you have to have 4 credits in a year. Does that make sense? Anyway, it's so funny. She'd like to graduate early, like just do her last math and English credit this summer and just be done and go into ACTs and get into nursing school. That's what she is really wanting to do. However, I'm like, honey, you're only 16. Like, you're kind of young. Just take it easy. It's all good, you know. But you know how it is when you're that age. You want to do everything all right now. I remember it wasn't that long ago I mean, I have some white hairs, but it really wasn't that long ago. At least that's how it feels. Am I right? Anyway, so yeah, she's been working through that. She's gotten a little bit of help here and there with some of the math skills from a teacher friend of ours. So that's helped along the way and all of that. Trying to think here. She did chemistry this last year. She used the Chemistry 101 course. I think it's by, what is it, Westfield or something like that, without having it right here on me. I don't, but I think that's what it is, or Westbrook, Westfield. Anyway, it's the 101 curriculum for the high school sciences, and she did chemistry. It was a good course. I do recommend it, especially if you have somebody who's just not huge into science, but they do need to get it done. And what's a great way to make it a little more interesting? Watch the DVD lectures, and you know, they do have the course a syllabus and all of that, and she took it all very seriously and did a great job on it. But at the end of the day, she was done pretty quick with the curriculum, and so she also found, or I also found, a YouTube course for her. I cannot remember the link. If I can find it, I will let you know, but I just searched for high school chemistry classes here on YouTube, and I did find her a course, and you could even go more in depth into it if you wanted to with them. I think you could pay a certain amount and get the all the written stuff, but I think there was also some written stuff that you could just get for free. So anyway, she did that chemistry course as well and learned more, like a little more in depth about the periodic table and all of that. So anyway, that was a really good fit for her. I showed you some of, you know, her handwriting books that she's enjoyed. The home ec course that she did was through Christian Light Education, and she really enjoyed it. She enjoyed the cooking assignments. It talked about like arranging your room or living room in a pleasing way to like accommodate people and conversation, and it talked about colors and textures, and so she really enjoyed that. What else did we do? Just like, well, trying to think through all the things, because we kind of talked about a lot of what she did, and then yeah, I think that about covers it, guys. All the different subjects that we did. Oh my goodness, I just cannot believe that we are so close to the end of the school year. I'm so happy about it. Yes, we had the best school year ever, and I'm so happy to be done with it right now. It just gets towards the end of the year and you're like, you start losing all that momentum that you had at the beginning of the year, and you know, the newness of it, I guess, is worn off. So anyway, I believe we are pretty well set to be done by the end of April, so I'm really excited about that, because May here in Tennessee is fantastic weather, and you know, I'm kind of in the thick of planting the garden, and it's beautiful weather, and the kids do not want to be inside. They want to be outside, they want to be playing, all the things. And so I just know that if I'm not done around that time, that it is like, oh my goodness, pulling teeth to get finished up for the year. So I really, we were so intentional this year. We've been so intentional about just doing school daily, whether we feel like it or not. We've done the 4 days a week, and then on Friday they go to our church school for like a homeschool enrichment program, and on that day, it's a half day, they have chapel, PE, art class, and music class, which includes learning the bells. And then they have several, like 2 to 3 church musical programs a year that they do. And so it has been really nice. It's a great way for the kids to, you know, socialize with the other kids and just hang out and get to be friends with them. Also kind of introduces them to that structured school environment, if you will. And also, you know, I don't teach bells, so it's great. They can do that. I don't really do a whole lot with art per se, and they get an art teacher there that does all different mediums of art. So yeah, it's really good. And I love that they, you know, get involved with singing with the kids. And yeah, so anyway, yeah, this school year has been really good. It's been such a blessing. I think in part I just had so much fun picking out the curriculum last summer. It was just, I actually really embraced it. I was like, you know what? It's gonna cost me more, but I think in the long run we're gonna have more fun. And we did. We really did. And so I'm looking forward to finding some great stuff for next year. I'm just amazed at how fast time goes, how quickly our kids grow up, and just savor it, guys, because it goes so fast. So fast. Well, guys, I'm really glad that you joined me today for this update. I'm going to get all of this laundry. You want to see it? There it is. I'm like waving the tripod. There we go. All around the air anyway. We all have piles of laundry, am I right? Okay, so I'm gonna get all this laundry here put away, and we've got more things happening this afternoon and all of that, but I just wanted to update you guys. It's one of the most requested things, I think, on my channel is homeschool content and updating you and all of that. So I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful in some way today. And you know, if you have other questions, just leave them down below in the comments. Sometimes I don't always think of, you know, what to say, because sometimes it's just your regular life. And so anyway, I have been looking at content ideas, or thinking of content ideas for the next few months ahead. So I'm excited about some different things that I have kind of swirling around in my mind. If you guys have ideas of things that you would like to see in my videos, leave a comment down below telling me what that might be, and I will do my best to accommodate if possible. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a really blessed day, and we'll see you next time.